Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and today we're talking road trips. We want to make sure you're prepared, know how to get there, whether it's just a trip across state or maybe you're going all the way out to California. We want to break it all down and make sure you're road trip ready. Okay, so the first thing we want to check and make sure is that your vehicle is ready for the road trip. So we're going to check a few things to make sure that you're road trip ready. First being your tire pressure. You're going to want to make sure that you check in the door jamb, and that's going to tell you the proper tire pressures that your vehicle should be filled up to make sure you're getting the best possible mileage, to prevent a blowout, any of that stuff. Now that we've got the hood open here, we're going to check a few other things. First being the windshield washer fluid. If it gets buggy, if it's going to be rainy or dirty, if you're going off-roading, you're going to want to make sure that's nice and filled up. Another visual inspection you can do is on the battery. Make sure those terminals don't get a little crusty and corroded, because that can cause problems down the road. And one other thing you can do as a visual check would be your brake fluid. You're going to want to make sure it doesn't seem brown or very black and dirty, because then you might be due for a brake fluid flush. This one's looking all good, so we're set there. So next up, we're going to make sure that you yourself are going to be road trip ready. Okay, one of the next things you're going to want to check is maybe a little bit more specific to what your trip may be. If you're going to go on a biking trip or a camping trip and you have those roof rack rails up above, just give those a double snug down and make sure those are going to be tight, because you don't want anything flying off on the highway. Now, speaking of bikes, you're going to want to check your chain as well as the tire pressure in there, and bring a few extra supplies along in case you have any incidents with that. So what if there's an incident on the open road? There's an accident, you can hit a deer, things can happen. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have current proof of insurance, and beyond that, you're gonna wanna make sure you have some snacks in the car. Don't bring any chocolate stuff, maybe some trail mix, something like that. In case you get stranded, you're gonna get a little hungry. Now, even further than that, if there is a vehicle where the battery might die out on you, if you're a little concerned about it, it might be worth picking up a portable jump pack. Now, those can also double to charge your phone, and in case of emergency, those are gonna be two things you're gonna want. Getting stranded with a dead battery, whether it is with your phone or car, is not gonna be a good day. Well, let's hop in the back and we'll check out one more thing. Okay, so this Subaru Ascent that we have here today is gonna be mostly like all other vehicles in that if you do need a little bit of extra space, you are gonna have a 60-40 split rear space. If I'm going on a trip, it's probably gonna be a golfing trip. And if you're not hauling 7 people around or 6 people around, you can simply fold these seats down and it gives you a ton of cargo space in here. So if I kick these, got plenty of room for clubs, I got duffel bag, I can load everything up that I need to go away for a long weekend. And like I mentioned before, if you need more space, most vehicles are gonna have a roof rack option. So that would allow you to put even more of your junk on top so you can go for even a longer road trip. But let's hop in the driver's seat and we'll go through a few more checks up there. Okay, so now inside the Subaru Ascent, this is a limited, so we've got a ton of equipment here and it's gonna be super comfortable for those long road trips. But things you're gonna wanna not forget, if your vehicle doesn't have wireless charging, bringing that cord with you, so that can also set up your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is gonna be found in most newer vehicles. The backup camera obviously is gonna be awesome if you're on a campsite, if it's a little tight between logs or rocks. We've all been there where you just need a little bit more visibility, and some of the new 360 cameras and the backup cameras are amazing. Now beyond that, if you're maybe doing a winter road trip, we've got some pretty cool stuff in this one. It's got heated seats up here and in the second row, plus this one's gonna have X mode. So if you do get into a little bit more rugged terrain, you can kick that on and it's gonna help you into a sticky situation, whether it's mud or snow or anything like that. The Subaru with the symmetrical all-wheel drive is gonna be an awesome vehicle. But specifically on the road trip, like I said, you're just gonna wanna make sure everything is set up properly for you to have the best possible time you can. But let's hop in the back seats, we'll check out a few more things. All right, so now in the back seat, the first thing you have to notice is the panoramic sunroof back here, which opens it up a bunch and makes it really comfortable for your second row passengers. Now, like I said, you have heated seats, you have your own climate control back here, and one of my favorite goofy things about the Subaru Ascent is that it has 19 cup holders. Even if you have 6 or 7 people in this vehicle, 19 drinks is crazy. Again, if you're on the road, you want to stay hydrated, keep everybody comfortable, whether that's through the heated seats, the AC, the nice armrests you have back here. Everybody's going to be having a good time when you're on the road. So to recap it all, make sure your vehicle is in tip-top shape by checking things like the oil and your recommended maintenance. Make sure you double check all stuff like the roof rack or inside, just making sure all your snacks are here and you can be ready for the open road. I suggest getting Google Maps and doing an off-road or an offline map. So if you do get stuck somewhere without cell service, you're gonna be able to find your way back to a city or wherever you might be going. So we hope you're road trip ready. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you out.